We're live.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. This is Lady Rage. Okay. Good evening, everybody. This is Lady Rage. Okay. Good evening, everybody. This is Lady Rage. Okay. Good evening, everybody. This is Lady Rage.
Okay, it's infinite looping on your side, Lady Rage.
No, it wasn't. It was not on my side. I swear to God.
You're lying to me. I watched your mic.
It was a terrible echo. Sorry about that, guys. This is Lady Rage, and this is Gaming as Usual. And tonight we have on Recon Spec-Ops. Antonio is his name, and he is the owner and CEO of High Def Sounds and Image. And also, he is at E3 this week.
What the tide will bring.
Tonight's host are Moab, and streamer is Lissy.
Hi, guys.
Hello, everybody.
Good evening, Recon. Do you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure, why not? I just want to say hello to all of the gamer girls, gamer guys out there in Facebook gamer land. What's up? I'm here at E3 Live in LA, as usual, for my 4th year in a row. And this year is going to be an even bigger, better blast with the new Xbox and the PlayStation. That's why I'm here, to get straight facts, go to the source, you name it.
It sounds awesome. I would really love the opportunity to go down there and give Microsoft a piece of my mind.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about, High Def Sounds and Image. I'll give you a little details how I got started in this thing. Started in 2010. Been going ever since. Got hooked up with the city of Chicago. They got me in for the last 2 to 3 years, and this year I decided, to go on my own because the budget got slashed. So I'm here doing it under my company, which is High Def Sounds and Image, and also another company that I'm working on, which is Gamer Lounge, which is called Level 1 Gaming.
You want to tell us a little bit about Level 1 Gaming?
Sure. It's going to be one of Chicago's first video game lounge hangouts. That's going to be right downtown in the city of Chicago. It's going to be one of the first, because we got smaller little ones, but they're all in the suburbs spread out. But this one's going to be right down in the heart of downtown. It's going to have a gamer environment. It's going to be strictly gaming. It's not going to be like a gamer's nightclub or anything like that. We're going to do the PC setup. We're going to do the Xbox setup. We're going to do the PlayStation 4, the Wii. It's strictly gaming, where you want to come down, socialize, share some of your gaming skills, hang out. We're going to have tournaments every night, almost, certain gamer girl tournaments, you name it. It's a lot of these tournaments are done on the internet. So what better place to come down and show your gaming skills is at Level 1 Gaming.
Sounds awesome, actually. The one thing where I lack, where I live, is we don't have any. Us gamers have to be confined to our rooms. There's nothing we can go out, unless we're going to go down to the library, I guess, and play some Yu-Gi-Oh, but that's about it.
You can't really get loud in the library. I don't think they allow that.
No, they do not. So, a lot of people don't know, but the flyer that we made for tonight's show is actually one of the rooms in your house, which I have to assume is your den, your man cave.
Right.
That is, how long does it take to set up something like that in your room?
What, in my man cave? You talking about the one I got set up in practically my living room, which it turned that into a video game? It took me almost a year, because the funding wasn't as big, so I had to get piece by piece. But it's completed, but I keep it updated. I got 3 Xboxes in there. I did have PlayStations, but, the system kept getting hacked, and I got rid of those. So, people ask me, are you going to get the Xbox or the new PlayStation 4? And I'm a true gamer. I'm going to get both systems regardless. I don't care what they say about the Xbox or what they say about the PlayStation 3. for whatever the case may be. But I'm just going to get it regardless, and I'm going to throw it in there.
Yeah, and speaking of those new consoles, you're at E3, so you must have saw a lot of pretty new toys we're going to get with those new consoles.
Or which one?
Well, both of them. You can...
Well,
I was going to say, the Xbox has a lot of controversy behind it, with the PS4 close behind with its controversy. We're being kept in the dark on too many things. Could you shed some light on some of the stuff that's been going around rumored? Do you have any info on that stuff?
Well, the stuff that I've been hearing, that people are like, the number one complaint is people are saying that they were talking about the system itself and they weren't showing enough software. And I'm like, well, basically Microsoft and Sony was holding off until E3 to present a lot of those games. So that's why I'm here, to check it out and see as far as what games are going to be offered, or what games are going to come out in November with these systems. Some people say there's no more than 5 or 10.
30 seconds until
but from the information that I got in the source, they said that Xbox put something like $1 billion up in their software thing to put out 20 games by November. So we want to see how true that is when I go tomorrow for the first day. You see what kind of, what they're going to do. And I did get an inside scoop from a source that flew over with me today on Virgin American Airlines, and he works with Activision, and he got an inside source stating that Activision put up a $6 million display at this year's E3. $6 million. So I'm like, what did they put in there? I mean, he said it's like a dome shape setup. That's all he could say.
Is this something that is open on the first day, or is it open later on?
No, it's open. Nobody has seen it, but I guess the people that are putting it together, and they kind of leaked out, how much they put into it. But nobody actually leaked any pictures, or nothing. It just word got out, and I got this from a true source. This is not from somebody that just ran up in there and said, "Hey, this is what I saw," but that's what he said. So I'm anxious and I'm excited to see what this is, because I know last year Treyarch built a movie theater to display Black Ops 2, and that was pretty cool. It's like you were going to the movies and seeing this 30-minute setup of Black Ops 2, and that was just an exclusive for E3. So this year, Activision, and I asked him, was that strictly for Ghost? And he said, yeah. So I don't know what it is, what they're going to do with this setup, or what's going on, but I'm going to get some pictures, and if I can get some video, whatever the case may be, I'll definitely shoot them your way.
That would be, yeah, I was going to say, that'd be great. Did you watch the Microsoft press conference at all, or were you mostly go around and peruse and browsing the booths? There's millions of booths at E3. I don't think you can go to all of them in the 3 days that they have it there.
Honestly, it would take you almost a day and a half to even just to run through Microsoft, and then the next day, which is the second day, you would spend it running through the Sony, and then whatever time you have left over, you would have, you can run back through Nintendo, and then swing back and pick up, some ground if you left off between Xbox and Sony. By the time you do all of that stuff, and then trying to go to all of the E3 press parties during the evening, you kind of get burned out. So it's going to be kind of, wild to see how much I can pick up and how much I can absorb from all of this. Guys?
Yeah, we're hearing you. You kind of ended the sentence. I thought you were going to say something else.
No, I was just pausing there so you guys can jump in real quick.
Happens a lot, showbiz. So, you go ahead, David.
Which particular booths are you gonna or I'm just calling them booths. Do you want to hit the first off the bat? Is there any order that you want to go through E3 in?
I'm gonna hit Xbox first. I always do that every year. Every year since 2010, it's always Xbox first, and then Sony, and then I'm gonna go straight through and hit the Activision booth and check out that $6 million setup. For sure. That's my first goal when I get in there. And I know the lines are gonna be out the door. You know, tomorrow it opens. I think it opens noon, 12 noon, but people are already there at 10 o'clock lined up, you know, trying to be the first ones in there and stuff like that. And the first day, it's always going to be the packed day. That's just the way E3 is. And the second day, it kind of mellows down. The last day, it's like barely nobody there. Everybody is gone. And that's weird about E3. A lot of people go for the first day, and some people leave. They don't even stick around for the second or the third day.
My quest beckons.
What are you looking forward to the most?
Me? My main goal for this year, for as far as like showing up, is to definitely find out what the system looks like, what it can do and what it cannot do, what it allows you to do, and then that's the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. That's my goal. That's what I'm here for, is to get the information on those systems and get it back to certain clients and certain people that are interested. You know, because they're tired of hearing all these rumors floating around on the internet and Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. They want the facts.
That's true, everyone. Like, facts are the most important thing right now. You can't sell a console on rumors.
Yeah. And you get you.
Lissy, they can't hear you streaming.
No, that's just Penguin. I'm sure he's got us muted to watch another stream.
I will see my home again.
I'm sure he doesn't because he's complaining.
I can't
What's going on? What do
That's
you mean you can't hear
fine.
me stream? You can't hear the game?
Has been slain.
Can you not hear the game, or is it too loud?
Not maybe.
still
I
hear
think
the
he,
song.
but he can't see it.
No, he can hear us because he just typed something, so he obviously can hear us.
He said the stream. Yeah.
I have the sound up, so
Okay.
see, the sound's all up.
Okay. Go ahead, guys. I just wanted to make sure that they could hear everything.
As I was saying, I'm here to also make connections, find out new things, what's going on as far as, because you got a lot of little booths that are hot, you know, that are in the background that don't get the publicity like the big booths. So you definitely, when you go through E3, you have to, you know, really seek out and find these little small setups, and they have some interesting new technologies and new gadgets and stuff like that that you can add on as far as for the PC and for your Xbox and for your PlayStation and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think going to E3 is basically just to go and play games and stuff like that. And it's not. It's good for that, but it's also to mingle, meet other gamers, meet other people in the gaming industry, meet other manufacturers and distributors and promoters, and share business cards and stuff like that, and get hooked up. And that's why people don't understand why it's not open to the public. It's more for the video game industry and stuff like that. It's not, you know, just a big arcade where you can go in and say, hey, let's go and play some games at E3.
I'd say it's one expensive arcade.
Let's put in it.
So it's only open to a certain amount of people? Because I've never actually been to E3 before. How would one would be able to get tickets? Through company or what?
There's two ways of going about it. I mean, you can get it through your own company, which is if you have your own website set up and your company's been running for like a year or two, and then you got a couple employees that are working in your company, and you got proof to show the administration at E3, because you can get free passes to go to E3, and a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people think, oh, it's only for corporate people in the industry, but even the smaller companies get in and get free passes. So you just got to show, you know, some legit credentials that you do have a legit business, and E3 will float you some passes to go and check out the show, and you're in. and the ones that can't get in have to come up with that $795
We'll see my home
3-day
again.
pass fee. And if you don't make the deadline, which is, there's a cutoff time, which is April 30th, and after April 30th, you have to pay the $1,000 fee to get in.
That's that's one heck of a late fee.
Yeah, I mean, believe me, it's well. A lot of people say, well, is it worth it? Yes, E3 is worth it. It's people have asked me, so what do you do? I said, man, I rarely have time to sleep. Number one, because when you go to E3, you eat very little, you're on the go constantly, you're drinking a lot of fluids, and you probably eat maybe one meal a day. And it's just like, every time you come back to the hotel, it's just to sleep and take a shower, and then get up and do it all over again for the next 3-4 days. But I guarantee you, once you complete your E3 task, and after it's all over, you go sleep for a week once you get back home.
Sounds like something I already do, sleep for a week.
Now, you want to tell us a little bit about your high-def sounds and image?
High-def sounds and image started back in 2010, I would say, or 2000. I'm not quite,
Ride upon the waves.
It started back in the day, I would say, good 4, 5, 6 years ago. I started doing a lot of installs and installations. I was working under another gentleman. I was going to go to ITT in Dubai for that, and I got taken under this other company's wings as an apprentice and worked with him for 4 or 5 years. And after I gained enough knowledge to open up my own installation for home entertainment, gaming systems, you name it, because people ask me, so what does high def do besides installing gaming? My company does everything. We do satellites, we do Wi-Fi, we do home security systems, we do in-house, in-wall speakers. I even got as far as doing smart homes, where if you walked up to your door, it would greet you. You wouldn't need a key or anything like that. So that's how far that I was moving ahead with my company on this. And after a while, the business and the economy and the housing bubble just snapped, and nobody too much was not requesting the home entertainment setup anymore. That started slowing down, so I crossed over into, put more effort and time into video game setup, because that's where things started picking up. Because I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago, people were getting laid off left and right. Everybody was being stuck at home, and Xbox was selling like hotcakes at that time. People were buying Xbox off the shelves, people buying Wii and PlayStation. So there was a big demand for my company to go in and set these Xboxes and PlayStations and stuff like that. And then I said, wow. So I started getting more into the gaming industry and doing that for a couple of years and started making my appearances at E3, 2010, 11, and 12, going there and grabbing up all the knowledge and the latest in gadgets and hookups for your gaming consoles and your TVs to make the system run better and smoother. And ever since then, everything worked out. But my main goal and my main dream was to one day open up my own gaming lounge. And I noticed that the West Coast, which is California, which is where I'm at now, has, gamers galore. This is gamers heaven. They have gamer party, gamer tournaments, gamer this, gamer that. And back east, there is nothing like that. I mean, the only thing that you have is these little social events that people post up for Friday and Saturday night, like board game, or let's play some Monopoly, or let's do some cards. That's great and dandy, but come on, what about the Xbox? What about the PlayStation, guys? And if they do talk about a system, they're talking about an old system like the Nintendo 64 or, the old Atari. And I'm like, come on, that's old school. How about some new stuff? So that's when I decided, hey, an opportunity came my way and I was approached, and I said, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. I threw it on the table. He said, let me think about it. He did some research and came back to me and he says, Antonio, Recon, he goes, the ball's in your corner. I'm going to give you that shot to make your dream come through and open up a gaming club downtown, which is Level 1 Gaming. And right now, the construction is finished. the wiring. We discussed the paint coloring, the floors, right down to the PCs, how many PCs are going to go into the Xboxes, and everything to the... We've been advertising for the last, I would say, month or two now. So when the doors finally open, come July, between July 15 or 16, we're going to have a marketing PI opening first just for media. And then we're going to open the doors to the public like on a Friday and Saturday. And then go from there. And I was told directly from my investors and backers, they said, Recon, if this takes off, we'll open up another one, a bigger one in the downtown. And I was thinking about LA at the time. I was like, man, maybe I should open one up in Los Angeles, but California's already set with gaming this and gaming that. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna just keep it up in the East and blow it up here on the East Coast, take some of that West Coast gaming finesse and bring it up to the East and start a trend up here. Because the market is so untapped up in Chicago. There is no competition right now. So when you open up this thing, and the only time gamers come out, I noticed this, is when you have a release on like Call of Duty. All the gamers come out of the woodwork. It's like, oh my God, I didn't know we had gamers. And the line is going around the block at Best Buy or GameStop. You see all the gamers come out. Guys?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm here.
I heard a buzz.
Yeah, I don't know where that's from.
With that,
Some bad feedback.
please don't reconnect because your mic is still messed up and I can't have that going on, sweetheart. Sorry. Yeah, North Carolina has a bunch of that gaming lounges going on up here. We have, but they're always at the mall now. Are you going to be at the mall or are you someplace else?
No, we strictly outside the mall. We're like in the heart of downtown, like just all open area that's by ourselves. So we're like in a building that's by ourselves.
Well, that's good, because I know like at the mall you have to follow the mall rules, and you can't. You have to close when the mall closes, unless you get special permission for events and stuff.
Shut down.
Our hours are going to be like from 12 noon until like 2 a.m. in the morning, and this is what we talked about. And then on our Friday and Saturday nights, it's going to be our certain events. Because people ask, well, you got some things set up Thursday nights, like on a particular maybe like a slow night, like a Wednesday and Thursday is when you want to pull in some kind of big act, because those are your quiet nights. So on our Thursday nights, we're going to consider that we call that our Lady Gamers nights, which is going to be every Thursday nights, where gamer girls get or we got certain tournaments or events coming up. And when you bring that to a gaming lounge, you're going to pull in a lot of gamer guys going to come down for that. Because I was approaching the guys, they were saying, well, what makes your level 1 gaming different from anyone? I said, well, people get tired of sitting in their house playing by themselves as far as Xbox and PlayStation and stuff like that. I did the research. Trust me, I came from that background. That gets played out after a while. You want to go down and socialize and hang out and share your gaming skills and, play with other gamers and just lounge around. What better place to do that than the, level 1 game in a gaming lounge? And especially if you have gamer girls hanging out. Guys dig that now.
Now, have you ever thought about having any cosplay, having your workers dress up as cosplay?
Repeat that, what'd you say?
Have you ever thought about having any of the workers do cosplay while they're working?
We are all tied.
No, that's something we didn't talk about. But that's something that we're open to. We're open to anything that helps the gaming community as far as like...
But how cool would it be to go into a gaming lounge where somebody's dressed up as Ivy or Batgirl or, any of those characters, with somebody from
People are counting on me.
AC3 or a Fallout character. I think that would be pretty cool.
I think
Yeah,
it'd be awesome
especially
if
when-
they did anime characters as well. That's just me.
No, it would be. I mean, she stumbled onto something that's a great marketing publicity. You know, that would work. That would pull. You know, if you're going to do a certain event, and you get a couple of girls to dress up, like you say, for this event, and you push it out there, you throw it on Twitter and Facebook, and let them know, and I think that would go over great.
I think it would too.
You can open up a maid cafe right next to it.
I was actually thinking about that as well. Like, have the girl dress up in maid outfits, and like serve tea and stuff, or serve drinks. Would be awesome.
Why maids? Why not just keep it as, you know,
It's an anime
bikini?
thing.
Yeah, like every anime out there has a maid cafe in it plugged in somewhere.
That's
I still
interesting.
hear the song of the sea.
Shut down.
I said it as a joke, obviously. I mean, I'm sure that would attract guys. I don't think your employees would appreciate it much.
Well, I would
Yeah.
like to see a guy in a maid costume.
There's always another way.
That's just me, though.
As a girl, I don't think I would appreciate it if my boss said I had to dress up in a maid costume, especially in a gaming place.
Ew.
A lot of curves out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Couture is pretty cool. That would be cool to walk in and see Couture waiting on me.
who better to get your cold drink from than Tomb Raider herself?
Yes. Yeah, I noticed that's what you see all on Facebook is different, girls, ladies dressing up in these different Tomb Raider costumes. Some dressing up as Catwoman, Superwoman. I mean, they're taking different costumes that were designed for strictly guys, and I see a lot of the ladies taking them and designing them for girls. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. But I didn't think that would work, and it looks nice and it looks sexy on them.
Yeah, like Tony Dolan does with Thor.
Sure as the time.
Yeah, I saw that one.
I think she was the first female to do it, if I'm not mistaken. She said that when she came on my show last year.
We are all tied to the ocean.
I think what brings bringing a lot of those costumes out is Comic-Con. You know, that's where it's like it was just strictly for the comic era. Now you're seeing it cross over more into the gaming era too. So now they're mixing it, and so far it's working pretty.
Now, have you ever gone to any of the cons, whether it be Comic-Con or Animazement or any of them at all?
No, I mean they had just had one in Chicago, and it was right like a month before E3, and I was tied already up into going to E3. So you kind of have to you can't go to all the events because there's so many. If I could, I would go to every gaming convention there is, and believe me, there's a lot of them out there. You got EB Games that throws one in Australia. You got another one that's thrown. I think it's called GDCD something. I mean, it's a lot of them out there. I mean, GameStop throws one. And they move around across the United States. There's one in Japan. I found out. There's one in Germany. That's another big one. I mean, if I could, I would hit all of them up. That's just how much of a gamer I am, a hardcore gamer.
Even at the Animazement that we have here in Raleigh, North Carolina, they even have the gaming rooms where some of the companies come and set up their equipment for us to try out every year.
Nice. See, you don't get that in Chicago. That's one of the reasons why I want to change the market back home where I'm from. And I feel that I can do this with Level 1 Gaming, because once I get this set up and get it established and I start making some noise, that's going to pull in other people to take notice and say, hey, this guy stumbled onto something that we kind of just brushed aside and didn't think there was a market for that up there on the East Coast. Let's just give it another look. And like I just found out 2 weeks ago, I posted on my Facebook page and I let everybody know, because I searched Facebook when it comes to like gaming information or gaming this, and it came up. I think it's MLG is doing a little tour. I don't know if you guys saw that. They're going from city to city, and Chicago's on that list. And MLG is going to be in Chicago on June 30th. And they're going to be hanging out at a pub like no more than 3-4 blocks down the street from Level 1 Gaming. We're not going to be open yet, but I told my guys, I said, hey guys, I got together with a meeting. I said, look, this is a great opportunity for us to go to this party, shoot whatever we can, throw some business cards and let them know, and bring them on over down the street to our place and say, hey guys, it hasn't been an MLG tournament or set up in a while, you know, in Chicago, but hey, if you guys want to do something, we're right here, right down the street. Come in and take a look. We're not open yet, but, you know, think about us if you ever want to do something here. And they love the idea, and they said, for sure. So we're all going to go and make that special occurrence.
And that's a good thing. It'll help get your business out there and give MLG a place to go in Chicago, do tournaments and stuff.
Right.
That's a good plan. Now,
Swim against the
have you ever thought about having a vending booth at E3 or any of the other conventions?
If I was going to do, I would do it at E3. I mean, it would have to start small, but most definitely it'll work, because that's how all the other booths got bigger. They started in the back and they moved up to the front, you know, and it took them a couple of years, but they did it. But yeah, E3 is one place that I would do it if I was going to do a booth.
I think that would be really a good idea, especially if you combine the two companies together when you went there.
True.
I think that might help get your name out there more and get your foot even further into the gaming industry.
Well, if I put more effort into this, you know, like if I, you know, get out, because like I said, I was focusing on the installs with high def sounds and image, so I was kind of swinging them both back and forth, 50 here and 50 there. So if I kind of like put more effort into like giving 75% more to level 1 gaming and then less on the installs, then it would work even more. But when you're trying to swing both of them, it's kind of, it goes back and forth like a seesaw, and it gets kind of rough in between. So there's going to come a time when I'm going to have to make a decision. You know, am I going to be able to carry both, or do I drop one and go 100% with the other in order to be successful and go even further? Or if I play it smart and I know how to, you know, work it, I can mix both of them and carry them both at the same time, because they still can both work, because you need the install and installations and the professional setup to, you know, set up the gaming part in the gaming industry also, and that's where high definition, I mean, sorry guys, you know, it's been a long night, I'm tired too.
Well, that's okay, honey. I appreciate you coming on after you've been on a plane for as long as you have been.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'll be honest with you. I got maybe no more than last night. I told you this earlier. I'm lucky if I got a half an hour worth of sleep before I jumped on a plane and flew over here. I guess that's the, what do they call that? Gamers restless sleep, because you're so excited. You're wired up. You know, to get ready to jump on E3, and it was hard to sleep. I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna get up, finish my packing, jump on a plane, and honestly, the fog rolled. Then it was a little rough getting here, but I got here. I was determined to get here.
Quit flopping around.
I am so glad that you are there and you are here. both places at one time. Now, how I saw the setup in your man cave. If somebody wanted a setup like that, how much would it break them?
The smallest setup that I did was like, I mean, the most expensive setup that I did for some athletes back at home. I mean, they don't really tell us. I just get called in, and if the job is too big, they'll say, Antonio, we need you for this job and your skills, because it's a job that's going to take a week. These guys have dropped $200,000 on a setup, and we'll go in and do a setup in their basement where they want 4 or 5 Xboxes and PlayStation 3s and Wii's, and they want them running on all these 50-inch LED TVs, and it'll take us a week, and then they want the remote control, and it's just not the Xboxes that we're setting up here and the PlayStations. We're setting up the TVs, we're mounting them on the walls, we're doing the receivers, we're wiring in the speakers, we're taking one remote, which in my line of work, I didn't think you can buy a remote for $5,000. I mean, come on. Who would actually spend $6,000, $7,000 on a remote control?
Not me. It's crazy. So a gaming set, that room like you have, like I've been advertising for the show, is about $2K.
Killing spree.
Swim against the current.
Sweetheart.
What? What's
And we
going on?
lost him. Brett.
Ride
Yes.
upon the wave.
We lost him.
Uh-oh.
Can you pick him back up?
Yeah, I can pick it back up real quick. As well as in the chat.
I will see my home.
Now, if anybody in here wants to join in and ask him questions, let us know, and Moab can add you.
Yep. Real simple to find. I'll type out my name here in just a second as soon as we get him back in here.
I'll type it for you.
He's in
Hello?
here. Yep,
What
sorry
happened?
about that. Sometimes Skype just likes to drop people. It's really not Skype's fault. It determines who's the weakest link, and then it goes goodbye.
Okay, that's what I heard on the feedback when I was installing. I was looking at some of the reviews on Skype, and people were like, "Oh, Skype is great," but in the middle of the conversation, they have the tendency of dropping you.
Yep.
Yeah.
It isn't too bad. We can pull you back in pretty quick. It's easy to fix.
Now, were you guys still in the room when I was having that conversation, or was it just me and Lady Rage?
I was still in the room. I'm not just watching chat, being on stealthy like.
Oh, okay. Were there people just popping in and out?
No.
No, Skype is great. The worst thing about it, though, is it does drop you.
Yeah, that's what they were. Somebody did mention something else, and they told me to mention this to you when I was telling them about the interview, and they said, did she ever thought about using Google something? And I'm like, what is that? And they said, just tell her, she'll know what it is.
I will see my home.
It's another talk, like it's like Skype, but they call it Google Party or Google something.
There's Google Talk, and I am thinking about looking into it. And then there's
Shut down.
another Google thing where you're at, whenever you talk, it'll put you on video
An inhibitor.
and go around. I think that's on Google Plus.
Okay.
No, it's something that comes with Gmail.
Yeah. But that one,
No,
I don't think I would do that one because as far as I know, it's not live.
Right.
It's live to YouTube, not to Twitch. Right now we stream off Twitch. It's called Google Hangouts.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that's what he said it was. Google Hangouts.
And me personally, I don't like podcasts. I like to be able to be live and have people call in and get the live experience.
It is live. It's just live to YouTube.
Okay,
And
but it,
and this is actually, Twitch is a lot more user friendly. YouTube is really not meant for streaming.
Are we still on the air?
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay. I wasn't quite sure if we were talking off the air or talking on the air.
We have about an hour and 20 minutes left of scheduled show time.
Oh,
Do you want to
okay.
be off already? I see how it is.
No.
I'm just messing with you.
So, I was wondering, I know you go to you've been going, or E3 for
Phone home.
the last couple of years now. So are you like a kid in a candy store when you walk in the
Sure
doors?
as the tide.
Yeah, that's what everybody asked me. They said, "Don't you get played out? You went first and second and third." You guys like, "No." But every year it gets more exciting, and you get all nervous and wired up and geek because it's just something different. I mean, you can't expect E3 to throw something at you every year, And like I said, last year was just a mediocre year. But I went anyway because, it's just E3. I'm a gamer. I just like to go and mingle. And you meet so many people and you share business cards, and it's like a big social network, but in person. It's like a social gaming network where you can go and just hang out with all these people and go to all the gamer parties and just mingle, and then you can. And what's good about it is, once it's all over, you have enough conversation and memory to last you for the rest of the year, and you can't wait for the next E3 to come around. That's how wired up and geeked up after all the fun you had in the end.
I thought going to E3, since it's so short and there's so many things to do, it seems like something that editors from all these big review sites go in there and they have to try and see as much stuff as possible, or try to get everything all written down and whatnot. They wouldn't have any fun there.
I mean, honestly, if I could sneak you guys in and just give you a peek, you guys would be amazed. You would be thinking like, "Oh my God, are we in gamer heaven? Is this a whole new different world?" That and basically that's what E3 is about. Once you step through the door, it feels like you're in a different world, and it's a world of gaming heaven. And there's like the first and second days. There's time when you're just like, "Man, do you have to close? Is it that time?" They actually be kicking people out. They turn off the lights on people to just let people know it's close time to get out, and people are still, walking and mingling, and they don't want to leave. And that's just the way E3 is. And what's so cool about it is, which is what I like, on the outside they have these DJ booths set up with DJs mixing and people battling and dancing. So you got your combination of music going, with like your dance club environment with gaming on top of it. And that's where I saw these clubs that are popping up, like the one in Vegas and the one in Minnesota called Insert Coins, where they took that concept by people going to E3 and say, "Hey, guess what? Why don't we open up a video game nightclub?" So you got two out of the whole United States. These guys opened up the first one in Vegas, and now they open up one in Minnesota, and they're doing pretty good. And that's where I got my idea that I was going to do with Level 1 Gaming. But I sat down with the guys and I said, "Guys, do we actually want to deal with drunks, people coming in, fighting over video games? You have to throw them out, smacking people over the head with the controllers or something like that when you cheated. No, you." I said, "No, let's just keep this strictly gaming," because people ask me, "Is Level 1 Gaming going to be like a bar kind of gaming?" I said, "No, this is going to be true gamers, club. There's not going to be no drinking, no / dancing. This is just a gamers hangout."
I'm actually glad that you said that, because I was going to ask you about the drinking.
No, go ahead.
We have a 5K, Zombie 5K run has a lounge out here in Fuquay Marina in North Carolina. And it's a lounge, but they don't have any drinking in it. They serve just, soda or tea or whatever there. And I think that's a good concept because, with you having a gaming lounge like that, you're 90% of the time, I'll say, we have a 90% chance, I should say, of children coming in there.
True.
So having the liquor in there really isn't going to be all that wise. And I know like some parents use them as a babysitting thing because most of our lounges here are at the mall. So the parents are like, okay, I'll spend the $20 for 5 hours, go and have fun, and I get to go shopping.
Right. No, our environment is going to be like you can bring your own, drinks, of course, if it's Monster or some Red Bull or, or bring your own gamer snacks and stuff like that, which we are, because people ask us, well, are you guys going to be, selling any stuff like that? I say we're looking into getting sponsors. Matter of fact, we were talking to GameStop, and we shot the idea of Level 1 Gaming at them, and they loved it. They said, hey, when you get it set up, invite us to the big press release, we can do something. And there's certain individual GameStops back in Chicago that are independently run, where they don't have to go through corporate. They can do it from their own location. So we got a couple of the GameStops that are interested in doing like Ghost, the big premiere for Ghost, and we're down with that. And then we got the other one, which I know you guys probably is familiar with because of the background and the graphics, which is Watchdog. Is the way the graphics are Chicago, the streets are Chicago, downtown Chicago. So Watchdog would be another big, awesome launch for Level 1 Gaming because of the game, the way it was developed, showing Chicago skyline right there from Chicago.
That's Watch Dogs is one of those games that's been on my radar. They're kind of innovating the sandbox game. That being said, the setting of Chicago, because that's where is it nostalgic when you see like a town that you've been in and you see stuff that they actually incorporated into the game itself? It's maybe like only in that town.
When I saw the trailer when they broadcast it, I was like, wow! I didn't even, I was like, okay, this is just going to be another. I thought it was going to be another Grand Theft Auto game, or another, one of the, just they made a couple of games like this. But when I was sitting there and I was watching it for the last 2-3 minutes, I was like, I got hooked, and then I saw the skyline and I saw the street that he was walking down that I walked down on, and I'm like, wow, this is something different. And then the device that he used to like control street lights, stop signs, certain things and stuff like that. And I said, wow, this is a whole different format that somebody sat down and talked about. And I believe me, I went and I researched and I asked some people, why did Ubisoft and the developers and the people pick Chicago for the backdrop for this particular game, Watchdog? And the feedback that I got was Chicago is the most high, with the most security cameras in practically in the world, which I didn't know that myself, which I found out that we have the most cameras, the most red light cameras, the most cameras everywhere. And that's one of the reasons why they pick Chicago to do the develop for the Watchdog game.
Now, did you see anything on Watch Dogs at E3 today?
No, not yet.
But I can tell it's something you're looking forward to soon.
Yeah, because the rumors that have been flying from Ubisoft and following them, because I follow their pages too, they got a big setup also. And they got a big debut launch on a couple of big things coming out for tomorrow's big opening debut, so I'm excited about that, to see what Ubisoft and Watchdog has to offer. And then of course they're going to put Watchdog and Assassin's Creed, which is Black Flag, and people already got it out there. They're saying you got Assassin's Creed Black Flag, you got Watchdog, you got Ghost, and they said, which one would you buy? And I hit them back and I told them, I said, look, I'm buying all three. That's just the way it is. I don't care if you start them off at the and they're off. I look at them, all of them are going to be great.
Yeah, to me, you can't even place them in the same category. They're all their own game, and I want to play them all.
I agree with you.
Me being a hardcore console gamer, I don't have a PC to be playing all those fancy PC games that they have out there. And trust me, those fancy PC games make me, as a console gamer, jealous. But I don't think they're going to be at E3, but Naughty Dog, considering their game comes out actually this Friday, The Last of Us. That's one of the... I don't know if Naughty Dog had a booth at E3, if you heard anything about it, because I looked for it online. I didn't even hear if they had one or not.
The same person that gave me the information as far as the $6 million Activision having that $6 million setup, saying that Naughty Dog got a great, awesome review, and they said look forward. He was telling me look, because he was telling me at the last minute when he couldn't go. Because if you go to E3, he said make sure you look out for Naughty Dog's booth setup, because they're going to be hitting something hard come day one of E3. He didn't tell me specifically what it was. So I said, you know what, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to find out, and I'll let you know when I get back to Chicago. But apparently he's here now, so, he got invited.
Good for him. That would suck going all the way out there and it's like, we didn't get your invitation.
Anyway.
The worst case scenario, but yeah. So, by far, right now, since E3 is more of an invitation-only thing, are there cosplayers that are there to cosplay, not necessarily being paid to do it?
Are there what
I mean, like, are there a lot of cosplays at an E3?
A lot of cars playing? What do you mean cars?
Cosplay, like dressing up as the character. Cosplay. Sorry.
Oh, okay. They don't call them like that at E3. They call them booth babes. You didn't know that, did you?
I heard the term, but I was being nice.
No, that's what they call them. They call them booth babe models. A lot of the models that don't like to be called booth babes. They got that from the nerd or the geeks. Labeled them like that. They like to be called professional, how would you say, professional gamer models, which I think that sounds a whole lot better than a booth babe. I mean, what do you think, ladies?
Yeah, if I was dressed up and somebody called me a booth babe, they'd probably be picking themselves up off the floor.
Sounds about right. I agree.
So,
yeah, but
I was gonna say, are they everywhere? Does like every booth have this booth babe?
So basically, it's like one of those car models, you know what I mean? Like where you see this really, really gorgeous girl next to a car that they're coming out with, right? Like these car companies or these race car models. I have a friend who does that.
Yep.
Who dresses up in what?
They're dressed differently according to the game setup. So if you have a booth that's set up like, say for instance, it's an Activision Ghost booth, then you got these girls strictly, like you'll have two girls representing that booth, dressed up like, almost like Ghosts with their face painted, the camouflage fatigues, holding the guns and stuff like that, and you're like, wow, she got that down.
I think unless they actually play that game, it's kind of false advertising, in my opinion. Because it would be one thing if they actually played the games that they're modeling for. It's another, it's like, it just basically gives, gamer, girls who play games a bad name. Because it's like, do all girls look like that? Or, or a guy can go to his girlfriend, why don't you look like that, kind of thing. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But,
see, they do it because it's to pull in more people to the booth. That's what they're trying to do, is draw more, audiences.
Well, I guess if I was a guy, I'd be drawn to a pretty girl dressed in a game that I would like to, play one day. I can understand that.
The majority of them, they'll be honest with you, like a lot of them, they're professional models, and I talk to them because every time I go to E3 since 2010, I actually talk to some of these, quote-unquote booth babes, and I ask them, and they say, well, this is my third E3, this is my fourth E3. they tell me that the work is hard. You know, the money is not great, but they say you have to be on your feet all day, standing up at the booth. You know, and some of them are giving out flyers. Some of them are giving out, you know, like certain little items to promote that booth that they're representing. And I'm like, wow, I thought it was more like glamorous type of thing. And a lot of the girls just do it for the just to get some recognition, just to get noticed and stuff like that. And then there's a lot of girls that do it because they love doing it. And then you got some more of them. Like, I know one that I've seen that works for, I think she works for the Konami booth. Okay, and her name is Kylie, and she's been, this is like her 6th E3. And at one time she didn't work for that booth. I met her working at the Virgin Gaming booth back in 2010, and that's when they had that set up. So she's been going every year, and I go and I see her at her booth, and she loves it. And she's not really a gamer. She's a professional model, actor, you know, like that. But she does that for the advertisement to help herself in her own line of work and in her own business also. And that's what I think a lot of these, you know, I would say professional models for gaming, you know, do and stuff like that.
That makes sense. That's understandable. I mean, like, if she does it because she likes it and to gain recognition, like, I guess it's one thing. Can't really tear her down, you know, like if she loves doing it, and especially if they're not getting that much pay for it, you know, obviously she's there because she wants to be there, you know. Right.
Because nobody forces you. I mean that place. I mean, if you go there, like every E3, you know, there was one time that there wasn't, when they had E3, they cut out all the booth babes. They didn't have no, and that year of that E3. Nobody showed up. People said it was the worst E3. They were like, where's all the models? Where's all the booth babes? And they were saying that that's the number one reason why people would come to E3 is just to focus on the girls and not on the product, not what E3 had to offer, not on the gaming industry. They were more concerned about taking pictures with the booth babes, hanging out with the booth babes, posing with the booth babes and all of this. So one year E3 cut them out, and people complained so much that they wind up bringing them back the next year.
Swim against the current.
Well, I can understand E3. It's that they're trying to, you know, do something gaming-wise, and if you're just focusing on the pretty girls, then how much focusing are you doing on the gaming?
True, I agree.
But you gotta... Go ahead.
No, they brought it back, but they kind of restricted. You know how a lot of teams put like a salary cap. E3 kind of put a cap on, you know, how many you could have, because they, at one time they had like, some booths had 6 and 7, you know, models.
Wow.
And then, yeah, and then you walked up and you saw a group of girls hanging out at this thing, and you're like, wow, can I get a picture with you and you and you and you? And that's what, you know, people weren't interested in going and checking out the display or the setup. They were more interested in getting pictures. And then you have a swarm of cameras, like if they were walking down the red carpet.
It's crazy. It's not much up, but they're focusing on the girls and nothing else. So how many are they allowing at a booth now? Just 1 or 2?
There's I mean, you see 2. I see no more than 3. Some booths I see like 1, you see 2, and then 3. And that's basically like, they keep it to a minimum now. It's very low-key. You may get a lot more on the outside display, which is the outside setup. That's outside E3 before you come inside, where they'll have like NOS. Like it's a NOS tent, and they have these barrels full with NOS drinks, and these girls are in these NOS mini-skirt dresses, and they're passing out these NOS drinks, and you have like maybe 6 or 7 barrels set up with one girl, sometimes 2 girls, monitoring these barrels, and then you have 4 more girls. So that NOS setup tent could have like a total of 10 girls, and you know, that's on the outside display. But see, it's understandable for that because they're passing out a beverage and they're pushing NOS. You know, and that's different, and it works. You know, the guys come up, they get the drink and they get a picture with a pretty girl, and then they can hang out in the tent, and you got a DJ in the tent that's, you know, jamming music, and that's what they did last year. I don't know what kind of setup they got this year that they're going to have on the outside.
Enemy killing spree.
And I can't wait to next year. I got to pay $1,000. I am going.
Are you taking me with you? Pay for me too.
Pay yourself $1,000.
But I love you.
I love you too.
I will see my home again.
So,
if you get your vote in, if you get your bid in, you ain't got to pay $1,000. If you guys do it right, you'll get free passes, because E3 is very generous. You know, like if you got a company like what you guys got set up and going on here, and I know that if you tell them, look, this is going to be our first E3, we got our own business, they'll say, okay, shoot them some passes, let them get in there, get a little taste of E3, get their lip sweat, you know.
I still have one of my managers on that right now, don't I?
yep.
And I do appreciate so much you telling me that bit of information, because I really thought that I had to work myself up from the ground floor and get recognized somewhere before I could get in there.
Nope. E3 is open to people that got ideas, that are just starting in the gaming industry, no matter how big or how small, you know, and that's what E3 is about. Helping you get your gaming product out there and get some recognition. What better way to do it is go, you know, be a part of E3 and represent.
We most definitely will be represented next year. And I look forward to meeting you next year.
Oh, for sure, 100%, because I'll be there. I mean, if I don't get hit by an Xbox to run over or something like that.
Shut down.
So, I know E3 is not just about games, it's what it advertises mainly. But I know a lot of, like, Apple comes in and they try to sell off their newest gadget. Have you found any new, like, just gadgets that caught your eye, or did you not check that stuff out yet?
When you say gadgets, are you talking about like different things?
Maybe a phone that's releasing that's not kind of out to public yet or anything? Like, do they let you play with anything like that?
At E3?
Yeah, because I know that there's not just video games at E3, it's everything entertainment-wise.
Yeah, it is. When you stroll away from the big, it's kind of weird because all of the big displays and the big setups kind of hide the little displays and the little gadgets. They're behind it. So if you go through all the big people and you're like, wow, what is this little setup in the background, all these little small little booths, that's where you find the interesting stuff for like cell phones, for like anything that you can imagine, from keyboards to computers to PCs. That's where you'll find the latest in any kind of controller, just the slightest little different digital lights, to fans, to anything that you can put on a desktop, put in a controller, Xbox, you name it. That's where the smaller booths are at in the back. They have those, like, I look at it as like, okay, they put these guys in the back because they got the top secret stuff, you know. And a lot of times people just don't have time to check those small booths, and those little guys, they're the ones that's giving away a lot of the good stuff. You know, the small booths, you know, because they got to work a little bit harder to try to get your attention, and they don't have the glamorous gamer girls. Let me correct that. The booth paid models or any like that. You're actually meeting the president or the CEO that's running the company in person when you walk up to these small booths, and he'll shake your hand and he'll say, here's my card, whenever you're ready to do business, give me a call, I'll hook you up, and da-da-da-da. And that's what's good about those small booths that a lot of people don't know, because I spend a lot of my time talking to the small booths when I go to E3 also, because they need support also, just like the big, booths.
I have a favor to ask you.
Sure.
Now, I'm in groups with indie people who are just starting out. And one thing that I always try to focus on is getting companies' names out there, especially the smaller ones
Right.
out there.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give them my phone number and tell them to get in touch with me or my webpage if they want to ever come on and talk about the show? Tell them that you know somebody who will help them out.
Sure, that's what I go to E3 is to help people out, and a lot of people don't understand that's my motto when it comes to the gaming community is to help other gamers out. It doesn't matter what part of the game industry you're in. I mean, if you just have a talk show or a promotion thing, I try to help out everybody in the gaming community, and and I love doing it. A lot of people or some people are selfish, to be honest with you. Where they're like, look, I'm just looking out for myself. I'm here to represent me, and I go and I tell them, look, if I can help that one small person and get their name out there and pass that down to someone else, they take off and get big. I mean, and it spreads around, and it just makes you even look bigger for giving them that push or throwing their card to someone else. And that's just the way I think. I don't know how the other gamers or how other developers or how other distributors think, but that's just my model in the gaming industry. I try to do my part, and that's what my Facebook page is about. And I think I told that I explained that to Corey. My Facebook page is not about just me. My Facebook page is supporting the gaming community. I throw stuff out there. I'll grab somebody's page and post their stuff on my page and push it through my, listeners or viewers or whatever the case may be. So if you got something that you wanted to be pushed, I'll throw it out on my page and I say, hey, give her a shot, check her out, give her some support, give her some likes or whatever the case may be. And that's what my page is about on Facebook. So a lot of people ask me, so what do you do on your page? What's your page is set up for? It's all about supporting the gaming community and helping other gamers and other developers and other people with their pages and giving them support.
And that is amazing. We've had on a singer before. His name is Sky Blue, and he's a nerdy rapper. Unfortunately, we don't have the song. Melissa doesn't have the song on her PC, so you won't be able to hear it. But he sings like Digimon songs. He has, I think it's called Pick Your Hero, which
Game Over.
Yeah, but and he also has Game Over, which we normally play at the end of our shows. And I had him on, I think it was last month, and I know a magazine owner, Transpire Magazine, the owner is Robert Lee, and I said, you know what, Robert Lee, you need to listen to this guy. He has amazing voice. He doesn't do rap like normal rappers do, and he listened to him, he interviewed him, and his article went out, I think it was either yesterday or Friday.
I believe it was Friday.
And that's what I personally enjoy doing, is helping others get recognized.
I agree with you 100%. I did have one thing that I wanted to talk about that I was disappointed, and I know you guys are familiar with it because you all are true gamers, and you probably, it bothered you at, when it was mentioned and then it happened, and you kind of missed that because they were at every E3. And this year is the first E3 that you're not going to see them there. Not going to see them set up and broadcast. And that's
G4 Television.
You got it. X-Play. The people from X-Play, the whole entire group. I mean, it was gaming. It was gaming news, gaming information, and it was like just to go and see those guys. And it's just something that's just missing. I mean, E3 is great, but I'm just, this is going to be the first year that I'm actually going to walk up in there and not see that setup over there. That they're always set up in that particular spot every E3.
That is a shame.
Yep. Actually, I know Adam Sessler from X-Play. He moved to a review company called Rev3 Games, and I'm pretty sure he's at E3.
But it's still not going to be the same.
No, it's not.
Your team has destroyed
and I was upset when I did a little research because I didn't find out. I mean, I went to E3 last year. They were there, the whole crew. And then after E3 was over, I'm hearing these rumors saying, this is it. You know, a couple of more shows and they're going to drop it. So I went on and I Googled why was it be canceled out. And they said G4 strictly wanted to change the format and go like a more like a Spike TV or some other network programming. And I read the reviews and I heard all the comments people were saying, like, this is the only video game source of information that's out there for gamers. Why are you going to do this? It's not like it's a competitive market. I mean, I didn't get it. I didn't understand what the goal is, what they were trying to do, but I'll be honest with you. If somebody else came along and opened up another gaming network, it would take off.
Someday.
Yep. I'm pretty sure we're not seeing the last of gaming networks. I'm thinking it's because I heard that they kind of went off the air because you can find everything that they talk about on the internet right now like 10 times faster. You can't hear them talk about it, so that's why they were changing their format.
That's the same thing I heard too, but I was like, okay, but it was a gamers TV. I mean, I seen the people tell me, oh, they couldn't wait to get home after work just to tune in and sit down and have their laughs. I mean, it's good to get your information, like you said, off the internet and off of Facebook and Twitter, because that's where everything is gone now. But they were a good laugh. I mean, you know, you tuned in and you got your gaming network.
You see, the only thing, what makes me kind of upset and sad about them not being on, is because, yeah, you could go in there and you can read and everything, and the way a web page has the design is that everything is so small. Well, I'm sorry, but then you have seeing impaired people like me that love gaming that cannot see all this. And then if you make it so big that you can actually see, it's like you have to move the page back and forth, which is really a pain in the... And to turn on the TV and watch them was so much more convenient than trying to strain your eyes and get a headache trying to read it off in the monitor.
I agree with you.
A lot of web designers and gaming people need to think about not just, you know, pulling in the big bucks, yay for you big bucks, but think about the seeing impaired people that can't see because you guys don't love us enough to make it so we can see and participate as much as we would like to. But you know, I'm just an old lady, what do I know?
Actually, the thing I enjoyed most about G4 TV wasn't really X-Play or Attack of the Show. Those were great shows, don't get me wrong, but when I was like, I think 13, they had a show that went through the history of gaming. So it showed, one of the ones I watched was showing how Final Fantasy got started, and it was really just two guys in their basement making games. That's all it was. That was like, it's now it's going to be gone. Like, if it's so much more convenient to know that's going to be airing on TV than if I try to Google that right now, like bring up this Wikipedia page. It's 9 million words, and I got to search through it to find the information I want to learn.
No.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh well, that's where Lady Rage and you guys and your show come in. You pick up where G4 and them left off. You can take it to that level. You can just, you know, say, okay, that network, you know, is gone. We'll just pick up where they left off, and we'll just take it to the internet. But we'll, instead of people flipping through pages and trying to find it through, you know, like you guys just explained, get it through
Your team has
verbal source of media, live shows on the air, and that could be the next big thing.
That's what I'm aiming for. And after you're done with E3, I can go into details with you, but I have a dream, and I'm having another website built to go for my dream, and we will be one of the biggest out there. My dream is just this little bit, but I have a plan, and we will be one of the biggest out there. Doing a lot of different things, getting involved with a lot of different people. And for you people who are young and listening, you are never too old to dream. Never, ever give up on a dream. It may not happen now in your 20s, but you can do it. I'm 47 this month. You can do it.
Man, you're old.
There's always...
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry that I wasn't playing for a bit. Apparently the surprise stream was I don't know, like my family like wants me to do things and I'm like, no, I'm busy. It's crazy.
Double kill.
So we're having a good chat.
I'll find my path.
So how we didn't.
Excuse me, sweetheart. We have 45 minutes.
No problem. I'm just letting you guys come in with something, whatever you want to, throw, and I'm on the table. I'll throw something else, I don't want to be how would you say, an internet hog or a radio hog?
Shut down.
Well,
We
I
are
have
all
pages
tied
that
to
share
each
us all the
other.
time. Excuse me, Mike. Moab, take over for a bit.
Your team has
Alrighty.
destroyed a turret.
We'll see my home.
Anyway, like she said, we have pages that we do this Facebook sharing thing to where if you share our live broadcasting before the show, we will actually say your Facebook page on the air.
Okay. I noticed that's what I was gonna, talk to Lady Rage about. I noticed that's becoming popular out there on Facebook about these sharing pages. They're starting to pop up everywhere because when I come out there, everybody's like, "Hey, can you help me out with my page and give me some likes?" And I'm like, "Okay, what is this? A pop-up, like marathon or people?" And it's kind of it's good because I'm all about, like I said, about gaming as far as like people trying to get their thing up. But I noticed in the last couple of weeks to the last couple of months, as it got closer to E3, people are start putting out gaming this, gaming that, gaming this, and I'm like, wow. And I don't know if I told this to you. I don't think I did. I told this to Corey, that a lot of people don't know this side of the gaming world exists on Facebook. They think it's just strictly Facebook, social media, talk about what I had for dinner, where I'm going on vacation, I broke up with my boyfriend, girlfriend, and stuff like that. And that's what they think Facebook is all about. Boyfriend, girlfriend, breakup, relationship, da-da-da. And when I tell them, hey, there's a gaming community on Facebook, and they're like, what? What are you talking about? I said, just Google gamer. You type in, not Google, but type in gamer girls or gamers or whatever, and I say you'll see this whole different world of gamers pop. And I say you just link yourself to one, and then you'll be connected to the whole gaming, and that's weird. And it's weird how Facebook doesn't even talk about it too much. They talk about more of the other side of Facebook, which is like the social and the people talking about this and this and that. And I never, for once, since I've been on Facebook, ever hear them mention as far as like the gaming part of, and I think honestly it's big, but the gaming part of the Facebook don't get any recognition.
No, it doesn't. I've been on Facebook for a few years, and I never knew anything about gaming on Facebook until
Decide what the tide will bring.
I was in a clan called Dogs of War, and I was a captain in that clan, and I wanted to recruit more people. So I just one day said, well, let me just type in gaming, and I was like, holy wow. It was amazing. So many, and I was recruiting for girls, so like you said, I typed in gaming chats, gaming girls, and so much popped up that I went and created a gaming account just just for this.
And you know what's, you just said that, you know what's weird about it is a lot of the gamer girls that I know, which, that's another thing I was going to tell you, I got over 2,000, I think it's 2,045 or 2,000 something like that followers. And people are like, well, you got so many, are they all your friends? I'm like, no, they're strictly gamers. And I picked them. You know, I just didn't accept them like, okay, I'll accept you, and whatever. I went out, I looked at people's profile, and I says, okay. And I started recruiting them. And if you were to ask me right now, out of those 2,000 some, followers, 80% of them are gamer girls.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I support. And people are like, why you have so many girls on that? I say, because gamer girls don't get the respect, in the industry. They don't get the respect in the gaming industry. They don't get the respect on Xbox and PlayStation.
Well, didn't you know that there is no such thing as girl gamers or gamer girls? Yeah. They're all guys pretending to be girls. True story. Even me, I'm totally a guy. Since this later age. What? I didn't do it.
No, but it's a true fact that's all I hear posted up, and I see the videos that these gamer girls post up on their pages saying, look, this is the type of respect we get, when we go on Xbox, and they're playing these, and you can hear the guys actually talking and, and degrading them and telling them this and this and that. And that's the number one reason why I,
oh, no. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I thought something happened again, or you lost the connection.
No,
yeah.
It is in the game.
No, I'm no longer in the game. It lost connection.
Oh.
Who lost connection?
I did.
To the game.
Oh, so the page is down.
No. Just her game. We're still live.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta hurry up and put something up there, like you said. But yeah, that's just my thing. It's just a whole different world, and I noticed that a lot of girls have opened up those pages, like what Lady Rage was saying. Like they have their own personal page, and then they went and they open up another page, but this page is strictly for games. And then that's what I noticed a lot of girl gamers are doing out there, opening up these pages besides their own personal page. And the biggest thing is exactly what you guys are doing right now. It's like helping out each other or posting others. I mean, I think I saw maybe 10 or 20 different pages on the same type of setup that you offering, where if you help them out, they'll help you out. And it's like a chain reaction.
Excuse me. Yeah. I'm in a couple of those share groups where they share each other pages, which it's a really big help. But the type of sharing that I was talking about right now is like when I first started doing my talk shows, I was on Blog Talk Radio. And I was like, well, how is anybody going to know that I have a talk show? And at that time, I had just left the DOWs, and I tried to create my own clan. And we were the Honorable Assassin Killers. I was like, nobody's ever heard of us. They're not going to look for me. So I went around and I was asking other pages, if I gave you a shout out on my show, would you share my show for me on those nights? And so many of them were like, yeah, sure, no problem. And that's how I started out, and that's how I grew. And because of them helping me, taught me something, you just have to, that's what you have to do when you're on Facebook, is give each other a hand. But if you don't mind, I'd like to give them a shout out now.
Go right ahead.
Thank you. And pardon the French, I love these pages. I have been on one of these pages, but the language is kind of out there, so Liquor Girls and fucking video games. I love you, Ian. Lady Venom Slayer. Lady Clan for life. And if you are a female on PS3, they're one of the clans I would suggest you go and join. They're amazing. Their page is amazing. They're very, very involved. And if you don't know how to get in touch with them, hit me up. I will let you know. Or Moab can let you know, because I think he plays with them on the PS3. I love fucking video games.
There's always another wave.
Nerd's House. Shimmer. Shade.
An enemy has been slain.
What is it? The American Geekdom?
Sure as the tides.
Gamer Chicks Are Us. Real, excuse me, Real Woman of Call of Duty. Nerdy Chicks Are Us. Honorable Assassin Killers. Han Solo Cup. And if you haven't heard him say his page yet, if you're new, go check out. What is your page, sweetheart? Level 1 Lounge?
Level 1 Gaming.
Level 1 Gaming, my bad. Sorry.
No problem.
Go check out his page. It's new. It's about his company. He has a amazing lounge that he's beginning to start up soon. Gaming lounge. So check him out. Team Rage Clan page, Gamebook 2000. Check out my website, gamingasyusual.com. And all the other pages are just my pages, so I'm not going to go ahead and name them all off. You guys hear them every day. So. And if there are a couple of more. Animation, Gaming Nation. And then one of our full-time streamers, Tyne Cyanot, he works for what Gamers World Entertainment Network. And what they are is a radio station that plays music but does online gaming. And you find what game they're in, you go in there and you ask them to play a certain song, and if they haven't, they will be more than willing to play the songs for you. Also is Gamers Give Back. And Transpire Magazine is one of my biggest supporters out there. So, and on with the show.
Yay. It's not sarcastic, that's how I sound when I'm tired. Because this is gaming as usual. I'd rather game than sleep.
Okay.
So, the game we're playing right now is League of Legends. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, not that one yet.
No? Well, League of Legends deserves a mention because it is I think it was the fastest growing free-to-play MOBA.
Okay.
I think actually they've shattered records with the most people logged into a server at one time playing the game. And it's just, it's one of those games that I can see how it's fun, and it would totally be fun if I knew how to play. Because I've tried playing it and I'm like, this is really confusing, I'd rather just point and shoot.
Yeah, lucky for me, I have friends that I would talk to them on Skype while we play a game together, and they're like, yeah, try doing this, blah blah blah. So if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't really be into this game, to be honest.
Enemy has been slain.
Oh, one more shout out, Elite Gamers, which I think you said.
Elite Skilled Gamers? Oh, Elite Gamers. Sorry, Viper.
Also, geeking it out, because I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
You guys always forget me.
No, I said all the pages that I'm on, I wasn't going to continue shouting them out because... But, yes. I am sorry, Viper.
Good
And
thing
you-
you're here.
On the Xbox when your TV's fixed.
Swim against the current.
So, when you're home and not necessarily at an E3 or out at work, when you're relaxing, what's the game you put in and play?
To be honest with you, the last game that I finished and conquered was Black Ops 2. And I'll tell you a little story. I haven't told. The only person that I have told this to, and he was like, "What?" was Corey, and I told him this yesterday. I was one of the persons that got in line when Black Ops 2 came out and played that game from the month of November, December, January, February. I mean, I played it all the way until I prestiged. And you know what my reward was in the end? You want to take a guess?
Self-satisfaction?
No, I got carpal tunnel syndrome in both of my arms and my elbows.
Sounds like love to me.
Quit flopping around.
And I had to wind up going to the doctor, getting some medication for it, and the doctor told me to lay off the Xbox and the Black Ops 2 for a month or two.
Leaders.
Oh, wow.
That's all.
That's why my tendonitis is acting back up.
Yep, that's what it's from, and believe it or not, I'm only 75%,
I'll find
and
my
you know, that's how long it takes you to get rid of it. Once you get it, it's hard to get rid of, because what I was doing, I would get off of it for a couple of days and go back and play it after the doctor told me not to, and I'd get back on it and play it, and I was keep flaring it up until the point where it just, now I regret it, to be honest with you. Somebody, and gamers ask me, say, would you do it all over again, Antonio? I'd say, nope. It's not even worth it. But that's how addictive I was to playing these games, you know. And now I think twice about it. People are like, are you going to do, you know, what about Ghost? What about... Honestly, I'm just going to play it like any normal gamer. I'm not going to go extreme anymore. I think I went too overboard, extreme, hardcore. Because I was playing 16 hours.
Wow.
That's me when this new arcade title, State of Decay, came out. I didn't sleep for 2 days.
I used to be really addicted to this one game called EverQuest, and I would play for hours on end. Like, the moment I got home, because I played it when I was in high school, the moment I got home from school to the point where I went to bed, and before I went to school, and it just, like, pretty much that's my day. So it's before school, after school, before bed, and then start all over again. And thank God it was a PC game, because, like, the only bad thing about it is now whenever I sleep, I have perma mouse hand, where it looks like if I lay down normally, you just can fit a mouse in my hand. It look like I'd click on it or something. It's kind of interesting. But no, it really is interesting of how much gamers take things to the extreme whenever they're playing their favorite game.
Yeah, a lot of people won't tell you. I mean, a lot of people like keep hush-hush. They won't tell you the side effects they got. Won't tell you the damage they have done. You know, playing these games to the point to, you know, extreme like that.
Exhaustion too, especially like during the weekends, like where you're not eating. You're barely. The only time you're stopping is basically going to the bathroom.
People in their air.
True.
Because you just want to finish the game.
Yep.
I have another page that they just told me that they shared. It's not a page that normally shares, it's the first share. Geeky Universe shared us, so you guys can go and check him out. He's a baby page.
Okay. For sure.
Flopping around.
Triple kill.
It looks like he has some nice stuff on there. Need it.
There's always another way.
I love new pages.
They always bring something new to the table. Yep.
And we have about 26 minutes. Now, Recon, do you know if there's any pages that shared you, sweetheart? Is there anybody special you want to give a shout out to?
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Recon?
Oh, we dropped him again. We get him right back in here. Just noticed that.
I still hear the song of the sea.
It just happened. As soon as I opened Skype, he was like, I'm away. He's back.
Hello.
Hey again. Is there anybody, any pages, anybody, family, friends, honeys, whatever that you want to give a shout out to?
Let's see. Wow. I never thought about this one.
I should have prepared you. My bad.
It's the hardest question of the night.
Wow.
I know you posted the show all over, so.
Yeah, you know what? I want to give a special thanks to you, of course, Lady Ray, for having me on your show.
Counting on me.
For the rest of you guys, you know, that's in here with me. You know, give me some time if I don't get your names corrected. You know, this is the first time I'm doing this show with you guys, and I appreciate you guys bringing me on, talking about the gaming, getting it out there and stuff like that. I look forward to doing this again with you guys whenever you're ready to do it and set it up again. It's been a pleasure. You know, I could have went to a party. I'll be honest with you. I was invited to 2 parties tonight, and anybody in their right mind would have said, Antonio, you crazy? Sit in a hotel room and do a talk show when you can go to a... And I said, no. These talk shows only come once in a while, and especially if you do them live from E3. That's what makes them even sweeter. I mean, come on, guys. I said, I got parties I can go tomorrow night, and the next night, and the next night. So they don't understand because they're not, you know, they're wannabe / part-time. I call them part-time gamers. They just, when they get bored or they want to show off, they'll just go and game and pretend they're gamers. So I'm a true 100% gamer. So like, that's one of the reasons why I did this show, because I want to support the gaming community and get the word out.
I have to say thank you. I feel so special and loved now. Thank you. Okay, go ahead. Did we drop him again? Pick him back up, huh?
Oh, what just happened? I think it's his connection where he's at.
We are all tied to the ocean.
Good thing it waited till the very end of the show to try and do this.
They just cut me out again.
Yeah. Now, have you moved to a different spot from where you were at the beginning of the show?
No, I'm still sitting in the same spot. Matter of fact, I'm sitting in a chair, so I don't have to move.
Huh. Maybe a lot of people are hitting the internet at that lookout right now. I don't know if you heard me, but I just said thank you, honey. I feel very special and loved. That means a lot to me that you gave up those parties to be here tonight. Thank you.
No problem. Anything for the gaming community. Let me get that input for somebody cut us off, or, you know, snip the line.
Any more shout-outs, sweetheart?
I'll find my path.
Basically, I wanted to end it by saying, hey, thanks for all the listeners out there in Facebook Gamerland, to all the gamer girls, gamer guys, the up-and-coming gamers, the noobs, the wannabes, the part-timers, you name it, because I know how it is. You know, thank you guys for your support, and hopefully Lady Rage and her show will take it to the next level, and I'm looking forward to being on again.
And you're coming back on Saturday at 3 o'clock Central Time.
That is correct. After E3 is over, to bring all you gamer addicts, gamer fanatics, gamer, you know, whatever, the latest information of what I picked and gathered these next 3 days.
I will see my home again.
Now, if I send you out some money in Cali, can you pick me up a shirt?
No.
2 shirts?
What kind of what do you want? You were looking to get those E3 shirts?
People are counting
Is
on
that what it is?
I don't care, any shirt. Just tell me how much money I need to send you and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I want 1 shirt
Let me.
for me and 1 shirt to give away.
Your team
Okay.
has destroyed a turret.
That could be arranged. Let me pull some strings and see what I can do. I mean, on my end, as far as like getting some shirts. I mean, you know, and don't even worry about the money, because it's not about the money, you know, because they be throwing shirts left and right. And like I said, half the time I get so much shirts I have to give them away. So, I'll definitely put you on my shirt list and get you too.
Okay, but I'm more than willing to pay for anything I get.
Okay. The only thing
Hear the song.
This is a number one tip for all you E3 goers. Make sure you have shirt buddies so you can give shirts to.
Okay.
And you mentioned something to me earlier
Legendary.
before we came on the show,
Okay.
and I actually thought it was so cute that I want people to know if they don't know about it. Gaming gum.
Yeah. Okay.
What's
Yeah, I was
gum?
Sure as the clouds.
I found it at one of the booths last year. It was like hidden, like it was explained to you earlier, all small little secret booths. I walked up to a booth and they had like gaming this and gaming that, and then I saw gaming gum, and then they had gaming snacks and gaming this. But the thing that impressed me was the gaming gum, and they said it was made, just like a boost of, I guess, gamer energy to give. So like if you're feeling like low and somebody called you out, you pop one of these gums in your mouth and you can take them on and say, okay, I'm ready for you, let's go. And I thought that was pretty cool. And I took a pack back home to Chicago when I left, and people were like tripping out on it, and they were like, let me taste this. And I didn't even keep it, I should have just kept one for myself, just to have. Put it in a frame and just, when people come over and have them trip out on it.
Legendary.
That would have been pretty cool.
But yeah, now these days they got, I don't know if you see that new snack they got out now for gamers. You guys probably come across it a lot on Facebook. They always giving stuff away, and they call it the gamer snack.
There's always another
I think it's
way.
called Curb or something like that.
Double.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's a game. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's like a gamer munchie snack that's supposed to be filled with gamer energy to give you that edge and stuff like that. To munch on when you get, because we all know when we sit at a gaming console for hours, we start to get the gaming munchies. Everybody gets up and start like looking around for something to eat, and it's like, man, I want to order something. What's in the fridge? Nothing to eat.
It's not so much as the gaming munchies as, oh crap, I haven't eaten in 12 hours munchies.
Like you said before, like people, like the only thing they stop is to go to the bathroom. That's it. And forget eating. And then they realize, oh, I haven't eaten in 16 hours.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Ladies first.
Aw, such a sweet gentleman. I was just going to say, I actually found a picture of, and I didn't post it, but a picture of a gamer in a diaper.
Okay. So what is that supposed to be? The new gaming wear?
I would think not, hopefully.
Well, that depends. No pun intended.
Yes, it was a depend too.
So what are you saying is that they're marketing where you don't have to go to the bathroom anymore, you just put on this new gaming diaper and you can sit at your console without having to worry about getting up?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what their point was.
And I got a good commercial for that. It's a 30-second commercial. It'll go like this. So are you tired of getting up and have to worry about in the middle of your game battles where you can't pause the game because you're distracted because you have to go to the men's room? Well, try these new gaming diapers. No longer, and that's how I would end it.
You know what? I've seen this one like recliner chair that has a toilet inside of it. That is like laziness to the max. And, and a mini fridge on the side of the the chair as well. So like basically there is no reason to get up.
Shut
That
down.
is so. I'm sorry. That's. I mean, I can understand the refrigerator, but the the other part, nah, that's not gonna work for me.
I still hear the song of the
Yeah, I've seen that picture. It's quite an old picture. It's like an old tube television connected to a Super Nintendo, and then it's on one of them microwave tables. It has the wheels, you can move it around, and they pulled it into the bathroom, and someone took a picture of it, but there's two controllers hooked up, and then the meme's like, who's that other controllers for? And then some guy wrote underneath, it's women always go to the bathroom together.
That is awesome.
I've actually found and posted 2 different pictures. One is they're both public restrooms, but one's with urinals, and on top of it is the gaming consoles right above them. And then the other one's with toilets in a public restroom and a bunch of guys sitting on them playing games.
Oh, I've seen that one. I posted that one a couple times too.
It's really hilarious on
Swim against
what
the current.
the people as gamers would come up with.
I don't know. I don't see myself doing that. That's crazy. I mean, I would try it just for the curiosity, but I wouldn't take it that extreme like that. I
think that's why the iPad was invented.
Always another way.
Or laptops.
True.
I don't know about the rest of you people, but every once in a while, if I think I'm going to be a while, I take my laptop for reading material.
Yeah, we did not need to know that one. No, I'm just...
Well, some people take newspapers, I take laptops.
I'm not the only one. Yay.
Well, more information than what I wanted to know about both of you. Thank you!
You're welcome. I'm going to have time to update my bio on the website.
Well, how about this? Have you seen the one? There's one client that when I went to his house, he wanted a TV installed in the bathroom. You know, overlooking, angled to where he could see it from the tub when he's taking a bubble bath, or when he's shaving and stuff like that. But the one that was really odd and wild that I was thought, how did they do that? He had one in the shower, in the wall, right above where you turn the knobs. It fit right underneath there, and the TV was in.
Over it then, right? One of those plexiglass.
Yeah, that's what he had. It was like, and I said, wow, but it's gonna be kind of hard to watch it if you're taking a shower. I mean, you could watch it sitting in the tub, taking a bath. But I thought that was pretty clever.
An ally has been slain.
That is, I know. If I ever get where I can afford it, I wouldn't mind having like a hot tub and then a setup there where the hot tub is.
That almost sounded like what Tony Montana had when he was sitting in that hot tub talking to his wife, watching TV.
My best friend growing up actually had a hot tub set up just like that.
Really?
They knocked out a wall and they put like the plexiglass in front, and then they actually had the TV to where it's actually in the bedroom, but you turn it around, and then it'll face the bathroom because it's got that plexiglass wall. But you couldn't see into the bathroom around the TV at all because the TV was actually in a say like a closet type thing. So I thought that was actually really neat.
What do you think about the latest one? I even posted the picture up on this one where the whole entire bedroom is a fishbowl from the ceiling to the walls, where all you see is fish floating around you and swimming around you and stuff like that, and that's how this bedroom is set up when you walk in it.
I think my greatest fear would be drowning. Even if it was all electronics, like it was just like a virtual fishbowl all around you. My greatest fear would be drowning because I have a fear of deep water.
Well, how would you feel if you slept on a waterbed and it burst?
I've slept on a waterbed and they're not fun. It didn't burst, thank God, but I didn't like it. You get on and then you'll finally get laid down comfortable, but you're still in the waves and you're just like, well, this is gonna give me nausea.
Isn't that a waterbed more than air? Like yeah, waterbed, right?
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about.
For some reason I thought you were talking about an airbed.
Legendary.
I think the air bed's taken over the water beds, to be honest, because you don't hear no more about water beds.
I think those water beds are dangerous. I don't want to go to sleep with the fear of drowning in the morning. Because I sleep on my stomach, and if that sprung a leak or something...
An enemy has been slain.
or waking up to banging at your door and it's your neighbor saying that you flooded his apartment downstairs.
Quit flopping around.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
His
I'd be
whole...
go ahead.
An ally has been slain.
No, I was gonna say his whole entertainment center got flooded, and his Xbox and everything else, and he's banging on your door, cursing you out, talking about you flooded him out.
You quickly somehow replace the mattress and blame it on your upstairs neighbor.
I will see my home again.
What? I don't have a water bed. I have this normal spring bed like everyone else. What are you talking about, Willis? Here I woke up thinking I wet the bed again. You gotta say again to add that extra spit.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
No, but yeah. So we got about 9 minutes left.
Wow, time fly by when you...
Go ahead.
I said time surely fly by.
Against the current.
That is so true. I'm looking at your personal page because I was trying to find the link to your page so I could post it. Can you put your
team has destroyed
your Facebook fan page into Skype, honey, the link, and I will share it for people to come and find you.
Sure.
Because you haven't added that to your personal page yet.
Okay. I'll definitely set that up.
And I'm going to post your Twitter account in here for people to follow you on Twitter.
Okay, thank you.
Anytime, sweetie. Okay, that's that.
So,
Now, do you want people to have your Google Talk?
I don't care. I mean, whatever is, it's all marketing, all gamer, you know, that's, yeah, I mean, you can put it out there too.
Okay.
So, real quick question before you go, and I have to ask it. I'll probably ask a follow-up when you come back on air.
Okay.
But I was just wondering, I think you mentioned it once, but just refresh your most anticipated E3 title.
Is Ghost and Watchdog.
So.
There is one more thing when you're out there, if they have a booth or anywhere out there, can look up Undead Labs and tell them that Moab and Lady Rage from Gaming as Usual say hi.
Sure. Now, what's the name of that? Their
Undead
hookup?
Labs.
I'm not even sure they have a booth over there. I didn't hear anything about it.
Do me a favor, Lady Rage. Text that to me.
Okay.
Because I'm so tired right now that I won't remember it. But if you text it to me, then I can keep it in my phone, and when I'm walking through, because I have my phone in my hand, and I'll look and I'll survey and scout around and do a little recon at the E3.
I'm keeping your phone number, by the way. You're permanently in my phone now.
Yeah, Viper brought up Battlefield 4. That is my anticipation. I did not expect Battlefield 4 to be what it is. I was like, oh, it's going to be an updated Battlefield game. They didn't tell me I was going to be able to collapse tanks into the subway and blow them up and then knock over some skyscrapers in one map.
But did you also hear the that you're going to be able to do something similar to that? And a lot of people were saying, oh, they took a page from Battlefield now, you know, which is with the new Ghost. They were saying basically the buildings are going to be able to crumble. You're going to be able to just, you know, hit like the same kind of concept that Battlefield's got, where you can blow up buildings. You can do the same thing they were saying in Ghost. Like if you hit a building with a mortar shell or RPG or whatever the case may be, and some of the bricks splatter, they're going to be able to hit you and cause damage is what they're saying. Where before, it didn't matter. It didn't do that and stuff. There's a lot of these things, and people were like saying, oh, they're taking a page right out of Battlefield.
No, because really, Battlefield if they're going to go that way, Battlefield took a page right out of Red Faction for the GameCube.
Excuse me. Melissa, don't start a new game, honey. Because I don't think
I'm spectating. I'm not. I'm looking at another person play a game.
A lot of people don't know, but I remember a game, Red Faction. You could take a rocket launcher, blow up anything in the map, and then all the maps are in this canyon. So you can blow up an infinite wall in the canyon, just keep shooting at this wall, and you'll just keep making the hole longer, and you make this tunnel, and then I'd always hide at the end of the tunnel.
Wow.
Now, did you find your page link, honey, to send me in Skype?
Yeah, I did. I did that when I got off with you earlier before we did the show. I think, because it said accept, because I did the same thing with Mo.
No, honey, with your Facebook fan page, if you could copy the URL and paste it in Skype.
No, I didn't do that yet. I have to wait and get off and do it when I get off with you guys.
Okay.
Because my other phone is still charging.
You're on your phone. I keep on thinking, no, my bad.
No, if I was at home, I would have done that ASP. I'm doing it on these phones, and it works pretty. It does the job, but it's not my desktop.
Now, can you tell me the name again, and I can try and look it up?
For my page, or what was it?
Level 1 game. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your fan page, what she was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to post that link right now in here so people can find it for you. There you go. And we are now down to 3 minutes.
Is that the little bell, little ring, letting you know that you're almost at the finish line?
That's just a convenient message.
It's like when you run around. Go ahead.
No, that's actually was my phone telling me somebody sending me messages on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
But I tried to ignore Facebook personal messages until shows are over.
Oh, so you constantly getting messages from people like hitting you up while you're in the middle of your show?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
She's not the only one, but it's a lot easier for me to ignore them because I just close out of Facebook.
Oh, so you were getting messages in too?
Yep.
Interesting.
Mr. Penguin game over there is excited. I assume he just saw something on the Sony press conference he liked.
Wait, who are you talking about? The one of the viewers, or are you talking about the baby?
Yeah. No. No, one of the viewers named Penguin Gamer 15, and he just came in with the words, "Woo, I'm excited."
Oh, okay. Now, is he at E3 or he's at home?
He's at home.
Oh, okay.
I assume. I don't know. I don't know where they're all at. So he may be at a friend's house.
Oh, okay. Maybe he was checking out Spike TV and he saw some great reviews.
I'm mad at my Spec TV.
What did technology do to you now?
My Spec TV isn't running E3 24/7.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
It's got dodgeball on it.
So nobody has seen any of the reviews yet on Spike TV. No, I bet it, is able. I know you can't tune in.
And my Xbox won't pick it up either for, I don't know, irritating reasons.
Oh, the Xbox only picked up the live Microsoft conference. It won't pick up
Yeah, I was
anything
trying
else.
to get it during the live conference, and it's not picking it up.
Oh. Well, that's no fun.
No.
Technology. It works when you don't want it to, and it doesn't work when you want it to.
It